how has that kind of been transitioning to making more of the formal music or formal aspects of music and whatnot? Like, do you find that feels like a little bit different than writing specifically, or like how's that transition been?
Yeah. The transition has been great, and it is different. It is different when it comes to writing, because I don't have to tap into that sensation of, or not sensation, but the vehicle of articulating anything.
Right.
It's all based on feel.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love that aspect. I get lost in that.
Is it almost like more relaxing too, because you can almost, I don't want to say autopilot because that almost sounds like it undermines what you do, but is it something, having that fluidity, almost relaxing?
I think I think I think if you can go on autopilot, it's better. And
Okay.
it is relaxing. I think because like the second I find that I'm overthinking the process is when and it's a certain kind of overthinking. Then the whole thing like stops. And then that's when I get in my own head. If the overthinking leads to me feeling discouraged, I've overthought way too much.
Right.
Which is why autopiloting is really great when
Right,
just
for
creating
sure.
music, because you're not thinking about it. You're just like, does this feel
Yeah.
great? It feels great. Who
Yeah.
cares? Who
And
cares how we
is
got
it
here?
kind of easier to do autopilot when you're doing it on stream because you have to finish it like within that specific time duration?
It wasn't at first.
Okay.
Streaming making beats. It totally was not at first. It was it ever like when I was 18 and when I was really taking the whole like hip hop artistry thing very very seriously. There was a craving to make instrumentals, to like make hip hop beats, but I just didn't have the the things around me to do so. I mean, I was like, I would make some beats with the things around me, and they they were obviously not that good in nature, and so I was just kind of like waiting until I hit college and I got a MacBook, and that's when we had to have Logic, which is the thing that I make all of my music in now.
Right.
And then I just went ham. So it's great.
Yeah.
But streaming at first, the process it is very. I think it fast tracked the process of me realizing that I have to not think about it. I have to go into
Right.
autopilot.
Right. Yeah. Because you probably realize you can't care about every single aspect in that short time span of a stream, right? Like I imagine that
Yeah.
would kind of get you on the wheel, and it seems to be working now because you're doing it quite often now, like most of your streams, right?
Yeah, no, I have realized these are the most enjoyable streams that I have ever done.
That's great.
So yeah, I'm very very thankful that it's all come to this, I guess.
Right. And is it kind of like um gratifying to have like different requirements every time you like it? Does it kind of have a way of staying fresh because it's other people commissioning you to do it and whatnot, and you get to fool around with a bunch of different styles? Like how does that differ than just kind of making beats for yourself where you have to follow like a little bit of a more strict layout, I guess? Maybe you don't, I don't know. But what's your kind of thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. There are beats that I make that I typically that I wouldn't ever necessarily have written a song
Right.
to. And so it is. It's very fun. It's freeing in that process because I can now make music that I enjoy, but not necessarily tracks that I would make a full fleshed out song
Right.
featuring myself with, with performance and lyrics and that sort of thing. So it is just so awesome. It scratches that itch. If anything, I've always like hip hop is like four different. There's like four columns to hip hop. It's like the production side, um, the rapping, the MC, the
Right.
art, the graffiti stuff, and then the break dancing. And the production side also falls in line typically with DJing turntable lists.
Sure.
And I've kind of like seen the way that I see the columns of hip hop is like the elements in like Avatar, The Last Airbender. And I'm like, all right, so I got the rapping one down pretty tight. All right, so now it's time to go into production. And then I want to go, I really do. I love all 4 elements of hip hop, so to speak.
Right.
And so I really want to be versed in all 4 of them.
Sure.
Not to be remembered as like the hip hop Avatar. Like that's not the legacy I want to live behind.
Right.
But it's a fun goal to have in mind.
Yeah. I think we need a mock-up intro of that, just like the Avatar intro, but like production.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a great way to look at it, and I can tell, like, even from your Late Night Thoughts video, which obviously is a little bit older at this point, but I think you were hitting all bits of those, or all Avatar elements with that one, more than like your older stuff, right? Yeah. So I can definitely tell that you're making progress in that, which is good. Hey there. You just watched a clip from my creative podcast. If you'd like to check out the full episode as well as other episodes as soon as they come out, you can support me over on Patreon for the $3 tier, or you can just subscribe here and wait for clips and podcast episodes to come out eventually.